I don't understand why people don't push their story more in sales. I spent a long time watching, a bunch of sales modules and courses and stuff, just learning how to sell to people online. And nowhere did it say anything about actually just being like part yourself just in the call. You know what I mean? Because when I watch the sales call modules and learn what they have to say, like they all say pretty much be a robot, um, smile, build rapport for 5 minutes, and then move on to the call, ask the questions, find where they're at, pitch, get them to ask the price, handle objections, and then close. Like that's what everyone says. But people don't understand. I guess it depends on what niche you're working in or whatever, what offer it is. But I don't understand why people just don't say push your story at all. Like, sure, they don't care about you, they care about your product, but at the end of the day, people buy from what people they like. You know what I mean? Um, so like when I see all these companies or like kids, not companies, barely even businesses, I would say, just like kids trying to start an online business or something. They tell the people like on the cold call or on the sales call or whatever, they were like, "I've been in business for like 9 years." Like, why would you ever say that? Like, why would you not just tell the truth? First of all, you don't want to get caught in a lie, because if you get caught in a lie, then you're fucked. But basically, like, when someone asked me how long I've been in business for, like, literally this happened yesterday. I said, I've been in business for 11 months. The fact that I said that and that they hear that and they're like, 11 months, that's not long at all. And I say, like, I don't even need to say anything, but they can honestly just see that and respect the hustle and respect the fact that I need to put my name out there. You know what I mean? Like, when I cold call sometimes, and I'm sure I'm going to keep this going on even if this isn't the case. Here I have to say it, but basically, like, some cold calls, I literally say, like, this is my business. I'm the only person and the only employee I have, and I'm trying to put my name out there, or just something like that. And a lot of you would be like, "Holy shit, that's not professional at all. Why would you ever say that?" It's definitely gonna affect your results, and honestly, it's only helped. I have one client right now that the only reason they decided to work with me after I gave them time to think about it, and I'm sure if you're in sales, you know what that means. That means that's a no. But genuinely, they needed time to think about it, so I gave them time to think about it. I was honest with them. I told them I've only been in business for 11 months. This is me. I'm not calling you from a giant company. And they literally worked with me. They're working with me right now only because of that. I mean, sure, my offer is really good and my like service is pretty much proven at this point, and I just like, but still, they mentioned that the main reason why they worked with me is because they just were sick of all the BS of the marketing companies online, and I was honest. Um, so this video, I just want to talk about the importance of human connection. This is like the most basic thing ever. But if you're starting any business, especially at the beginning, you need to just be yourself in a way. Um, you need to be honest. You know, Jordan Peterson said something. Jordan Peterson said something about honesty. I watched a video today and I was like, holy shit. I might just link that in the bio or something, or quote it in the bio or whatever, or the description or whatever. But if you lie about anything, and sure, I get it. If you don't have a testimonial right now, you know what? No, never mind. Oh, I just think you should always be honest. Like, because everyone is people. Like, people are people. You know what I mean? They understand. It's just the nature of it that you're not going to close a giant client from your first person. Like, you're just not. And that's why Hormozy pushes a lot. Like, when you're selling a product to someone or a service, you want to start off at like free. You want to start off, and then you want to go to a fifth of the price, a third of the price, half of the price, three-fourths of the price, full price, and then over eventually because you have enough demand, right? And this makes sense. I mean, why would you not do this? I mean, all the course creators and people I watch, they're like, never sell yourself cheap. It's like, how are you supposed to put your name out there? You're just supposed to get like really fucking lucky. I mean, you just need someone to trust you. that much. I mean, I'm seeing kids that are trying to sell $2,000 to $3,000 retainers to people, and they've never sold anything in their life. They've never done any service to anyone beforehand. They don't even really know what they're doing, but they're getting people. They're cold calling and they're getting people on calls, and they're trying to close them with just talking to them. That's another thing I picked up recently is that people love visuals. You know, when you're on a call, um, at one point, usually after my pitch, I'm like, I'd love to just talk your ear off all day, but I want to actually show you what I do. And then I literally pull up like everything that I do. Like I have a slideshow, I have my course, I have a testimonial ready, I have a follow-up sheet. Like I have just everything so they can see like what this looks like, you know? And that's so important. I mean, how can you possibly just think about it? If you were on a sales call with someone trying to sell you something and they just talked your ear off the whole time, like, would you buy something? Probably not, you know? Um, so if I have anything pushed from this video, just please, like, do not lie about anything. It's literally not worth it. Like genuinely. First of all, if you get caught in a lie, your report's gone. And your reputation's gone. It's so much easier for someone to be like upset and leave a bad review on your Trustpilot than it is for someone to leave a good review. Like it's so easy for that to happen, and the only way you can do that is by actually like not lying. You can't get caught in a lie. And this applies to so many things. It's not just like how long have you been in business for. It's like how many results have you gotten? Like how many members have you actually gotten in this gym? Like or how many leads do you pull in a month? Like these numbers are important that you're real with them. You can't sell business on just fake shit. I don't know why people don't get that. It's just hilarious. Like I dead ass in one of the cold calling scripts when they ask about how long they've been in business for, they say, like 6 to 7 years. They've gotten this guy 10 grand a month extra revenue a month, like just the randomest shit. And it's like, if you didn't do it, don't say it. I don't get that. I don't know. I think that it's really, really important though that no matter what business scenario you're in, you have to build a reputation for yourself. When I have people give me testimonials, I don't make sure they just do it. And they say, instead of saying after working with Bridge Lake Media, they say after working with Owen. And that right there is really important in my opinion. I have a friend that built a business off of solely just time and reputation. Like, and now he's probably going to do like 30 or 40 grand by the end of this summer. And it's like the only reason, first of all, he put his name out there. He doesn't do any, and this is all in person, right? So it's easier to build that human connection. Online is a little bit difficult or more hard in my opinion, but I mean, he genuinely spent a year getting his name out there, not necessarily doing like a dialed-in system with outreach and everything and all the metrics and everything just to get people meetings or whatever, or quotes or like jobs necessarily, but he spent a year building his reputation, putting his name out there, and now he's known as that guy that will like do that service. And that built over the course of the last 2 years, and now this summer he's going to capitalize and make a shit ton of money. And there's an important lesson to take in that, and it's that things take time, and you can't expect to hit a certain number that fast because you need to build your reputation. I mean, sure, arguably you can do this without a reputation if you just have a banging product, like an insane product that's super good, but how many of you actually have an insanely good product? Probably not much. So, and there's another thing in this, like, I'm going to make an entire video on this probably, but like, stop waiting for everything to be perfect before you actually start doing stuff. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. like you don't need the best systems. I spent like probably 4 or 5 months completely wasted just building SOPs, building more stuff for my service, building just all of this stuff that I didn't really necessarily need at that time. It's kind of like that one thing that when you start a business, you think about like, oh wait, I need to get an LLC. Oh, I need to get an S corp, or I need to get a logo, which I fell into that trap too. You know, it's normal. But in the end of the day, like you have to understand that if you see my other videos and seen how businesses are a pipeline, you have to understand that you need to just put more into whatever feeds it. That's all you need to do. Okay? I mean, sure, you're gonna need to work on your service. You're probably asking yourself like, okay, when do I actually work on my product? When do I work on my service? And I think, in my opinion, you do it when you actually have to do it. And that's when it comes to not charging full price for something, because you can't, because you don't even have something to sell. And if you do, then it's different. But like if you're selling a new product or service, and first of all you charge like a seventh or a sixth of the price or whatever, and you don't even necessarily have that well of a service yet. That was me. I literally charged free just to get my foot in the door, and it was the easiest thing to do ever. All I had to do is make like 200 cold calls, offer my service for free, take a little bit of risk on my end, and over the course of 4 months and 5 months of like optimization, building systems and SOPs while I was still doing outreach, not as much as I should have, I actually ended up with a service that's worth money. And then when that happens and you actually have a service worth money, that is 100% when you start dialing or just start doing more outreach and put more volume in. Because that's all scale is just putting more volume, like increasing volume. That's all it is. And no matter how much you think you need to work on something up for the business, at the end of the day, you probably just need to be working on the outreach. That's that. I mean, if you have a huge problem, like for example, I actually one time I forgot to change one of my high-level sub-accounts from another one because I duplicated them. And so the automation sent out to the first lead, and it said something like, hey, name, this is somebody from this gym, and it was the wrong gym name. And that is when you fix something. But you need to cold call or just do outreach. Like that's all you need to do. Whether it's looms, cold calls, cold emails, cold DMs, warm stuff, warm outreach, inbound, like whatever it is, like that is what you need to be doing. It's not anything else. Because also the more calls you do and the more sales calls you handle, the more understanding you have of the market. Every single sales call I take, I fill out a packet and to understand a lot more about the actual market I'm in. And if you understand them, then you can actually play to their heuristics and their latent conditions and basically just sell to them better and know what they actually need and how you should treat them and how you should talk to them. And once you know all that, then you can start making a lot more money. So yeah, talk to people, build the connection, build the rapport, build the reputation for yourself. Because at the end of the day, like, arguably a personal brand is worth way more than anything else, like a banking product or anything. So yeah, that's all I got.